He's the leader of GAD movement, Syrian movement. Another one is Dr. Patrick. Welcome, Dr. Patrick and Dr. Ahmad. It's an honor to be with us. About the conflict and the theory of struggle of conflicts in Syria, and the experts believe that in the last century all the conflicts in the Syria has become Syria throughout its history, throughout its independent history, which about 90 years, has the power has always been under the control of the military commanders and general. And now the current situation is the Islamists in control, and they are the new authorities, and we are now facing new situation in Syria, and the jihadists are under the control of situation in Syria, and the Islamist vision, and that's why because of the last 10 years situation in Syria, we expect to because of the time, we want to have the conversation to be short, so the attendees won't be the question is first, my question to Mr. Ahmad Jarba: how do you see the recent situation and changes after the fall of Assad in Syria? It's not hidden, that there's no secret that the last 14 years of Syria, the situation was war, was crisis after crisis. It had a lot of sanctions. The fall of Assad regime in a matter of a short period forced a lot of countries to change its policies toward the country. And after the fall of regime, without any lead, and this is normal thing, and other regional actors and superpowers, and even Arab countries expected Assad to remain in power, and they were practicing that way. But all of a sudden it fall, and now the situation in Syria is a risky situation. Maybe there's a lot of happiness after the fall of this dictator, which the father-son ruled the country for 5 decades. This now we're facing a transitional phase. Right now, among Syrians, there's a lot of hope for the future, to start a new life, to transition the power in a healthy way. There's possibility, there will be a lot of challenges in those process. There will be more concern and protests as a result of those challenges. But right now, I think uh, within this year, the complete picture of future might be more clear, especially in infrastructure, social system. There's a lot of tensions. At, at the same time, there's, as we say, uh, if the same system as the past, a dictator system, the focus would be more about the human rights and minority rights and the social rights. Could cause more instability and feel of helplessness, and the new authorities try to impose its authority. Uh, but the opposition will be true if the government try to have a new constitution to be clear and have a clear mind and thinking. And the constitution had a lot of points regarding the healthy administrations and go away from the imposing its will on the people. And the second, have a government that all the sides and minorities involved in the new government, and uh, the government should be have its committee on the constitutions and on national dialogue. This should have a peaceful Syria. Regarding the experience of oppositions and armed groups and those groups who chose Ahmad as a interim president. Are you optimistic? This the new authority can able to have a healthy authority and don't see imposed authority? It's a good question. After 5 decades of dictatorship and 14 years of war, there's no appetite for going back for to go back to using weapon and war and revolutions. There's hope, there's opportunity, and there should this take back this opportunity. Uh, it should be about a year. The opportunity should not prolong. To look at it, to have an assessment for the situation. But 50 Syria after 50 years of dictatorship, it's very hard to go back to accept another dictatorship. And now to give an opportunity to rescue the country, and there's an opportunity, there's active opportunity, and there should be a serious thinking from the new authorities, from new administration, to make all the sides involved and participate in the new authority. So, and that will open the country to new opportunities, strong economy, strong infrastructure. We are hopeful the Syrians take this new opportunity, and have a new country. Thank you very much. Now we're going to Mr. Dr. Patrick. And now there was in the recent weeks there have been talks of a lot of talks between among the Syrians, and 2 days ago there was a national dialogue in Damascus. Nearly 900 people participated in the former Bashar Assad Palace. In terms, you as a expert, do you think this national dialogue can be imposed, as we saw? This is an important question. There's three main points, major points that we can reconstruct Syria. The first phase is the transitional phase, which has a national dialogue within it, rewriting the constitution, other subjects as well. But before that, I think the most important point is reorganization of the security apparatus. Now we are facing new authority, new administration, which is the outcome of 14 years of armed conflict. It's an experience. It has an experience of 1 year administration or rule in Idlib province. Now they are ruling a state, and they have opportunity to rewrite the future map of Syria. And as Mr. Ahmad mentioned, another point is the challenges related to the armed groups and reorganizing on the future of those armed groups, and other groups like Alawites, who had the close ties with the former regime. And this is a road for the last 50 years linked to each other, and those are related to the government institutions and establishments. And this is we are talking about tens of thousands of people. And there's a lot of people, and a lot of land. The future of those regions are not clear in terms of politics, in terms of relationship with the state, and so all has question mark on it. It's true that the main message of the state is they don't want to implement the previous regime policies, but there's another two policies. One policy is implementing a new model close to a Lebanonian model, which is based on ethnic model or ethnic sector. But the region still not controlled, and they are society, they are community. Outlining the future of those communities is very important, and I believe that the most important point now is after the 8th of December was a military victory, but again it was a victory for the revolution, but it's a project to change the government structure to betterment or worse. Let's wait and see what will happen in the future. It was a revolution project right now, and that project is they don't have a position. uh, and during the Arab Spring, when the region was on fire, there were Islamists when they were supported, like Turkey and Qatar, uh, uh, and other sides were opposition to those opposition like UAE, Egypt, Saudi. So this, but now in Syria there's no opposition to those projects. Uh, uh, how could it's when but there's other countries who are have concern toward the new Syrian authorities who had strong relationship with the other regimes, so that now yes now we are in a or in a point waiting to see what will happen. As you say, the coast, but especially in the coastal area, to outline the future position of those or the destiny of those regions. And as you said, and it's regarding the national dialogue, is more about state building and about the position of those groups and regions. You have to outline the interests of those regions. Thank you very much. We will go back as we promised to have short conversations. We now we go to Ahmad Mhidi. Is there any link between jihadist organization? Before they were at the beginning they were Al Qaeda, then they became Daesh or ISIS, and then became modern authority and took control of Syrian. Now there's a leader within this movement which came from Islamist and extremist background, can be able to succeed in making a modern administration. As I say, look at the new authority with a lot of people, researchers, experts believe. Look at the leaders of HDS as have an extremist mind or background, and you see there's a lot of change. Even in Idlib, when there's change, and you see, and the nature of the government and the nature of the administration, the Syrian revolution, and the conflict is that is a Sunni local which had a lot of relationship network, and those groups in the end they were the winners and came to Damascus, and they were unified. And other groups like Arab like National Syrian Army and part of the Syrian revolution. As an example, if you take the national dialogue that recently happened in Damascus and the other talks between to form the new cabinet, you see the policies who they don't have a lot of experience in reconstructions and uh, uh, they don't have a lot of experience among the politics or the political process and rebuilding. You look at it, and they are all political projects, and they have administrated the local regions, but now they have not able to go away from the local authority and go on beyond and implementing state building. Thank you, Mr. Patrick. I want to ask you a question. As fighters within HDS, Nusra Front, and as you say, thousands of people died in fighting ISIS and Syrian Jazeera region are those. Don't you think they have the right to administrate themselves? The question goes back to the Syrian themselves. That's in your opinion. We are in a forum. I mean, I tell you, we have to recognize that the 14 last years, which had a lot of phases. There was conflict, military conflict, ISIS, and that is the main point, was it? And the outcome came from the Kurdish local administration came up. Now it has own administration. It has controls a lot of land in the U.S. and international coalition supported. That's why this is a positive outcome and has a major role in Syrian political process. So they have to be part of the national dialogue, and the first point is, as let's say, and for a short term, they should have an understanding with SDF and Damascus on a lot of issues like oil, the control of the Kurdish region in Aleppo, other issues. And the bigger question would be, what will come after that? Integrating those forces and those groups with the national group will be difficult. But that goes back to the Syrian. They have to decide on those issues. But they have to be national dialogue. They have to be participate. Another point is that the new administration in Damascus are not alone. There's countries that they support them, and I believe I see that supporting this model and this phase, which is transitional phase, is there should be outlined the general policies in this phase, and we see it and hear it from all the countries, from the Arab countries, from the West, from European, and we hear it from the German ambassador. The European, they don't only focus on being unified. The Arab countries reiterate that they should have a unified government, and those paths. Thank you very much, Mr. Ahmad. I want to ask you about those information that's
There's an Ottoman document says that the Shamar clans, through the leadership of your family, made a partnership with Badr Khan Bek, the Emir of Bhutan, to stand up against the Ottoman Empire and to fight with them. After so many years after that partnership, you as a party leader and as a Syrian citizen and as a member of this clan, how can you defend the Kurdish rights in Syria? Regarding your question, the person who made that agreement with Sheikh Badr Khan Bek is my sixth grandfather. The coalition was set up in particular circumstances. Both parties were under the rule of Ottoman Empire and was here in the Iraqi Kurdistan region for 2 years. That was in the past history. Regarding your second part of the question, we view the Kurds and the Kurdish component in a very particular way. We think they have their own specialty. After a long time, Kurds in many states, in many countries, suffered a lot. Some of them still are suffering. We were understanding. We understood because of the history that we have had together. We understood the speciality and the status of the Kurds. A special understanding that is different from others. Other parties might have started understanding this issue 20 years ago, but we have had been engaging with Kurds way back. We see the Kurds, we regard them as brothers. And we have history between us and friendly relations. Some Kurdish tribes in the past stood up with us against Arabs when there was fighting between Arab tribes. At the same time, when Kurdish tribes were fighting each other, sometimes we were supporting a Kurdish tribe against the other. Now that status quo in Syria, the situation gives an opportunity, a real opportunity is there so that the Kurds can engage in the political system of this Syria with logic, without giving high demands. We stand by our brothers and the Kurdish community to guarantee our rights and theirs. Thank you very much for being here. We have little time left. That's why we will end our panel. Thank you very much.